I thought I'd do the review in costume, but when I was putting it together, I thought, oh, I've got no hood and I've got no armour because it's all in the attic. So I thought, why not do it in cosplay? Yay! This is a Jungle Fury review, well actually Power Rangers Super Megaforce and Spirit of the Tiger review. And this episode, I've got to say, is possibly one of my favourites. Don't know why. If you know, pop it down below. So first of all, it starts off with the Rangers going on a trip. Now this kind of reminded me of the fact that they had to get permission from Goze. You know, do you remember those sort of things when you were in school and you had to go on like a field trip and you had to get your parents' permission? So I'm glad that they decided to kind of use different locations rather than just the whole same sort of scene. So it seems that they're progressing talent-wise. So what is the next part? So the Rangers then find out that there is someone in a tiger's cage or a tiger's pen, and the tiger is like strolling along going, I'm gonna eat you people, oh! But the tiger just doesn't look really bothered, just like, I don't really care about all this. So after this, he turns around and you see this man just sweeping away, just getting rid of the leaves, making it look nice, and the Rangers, you know, they're all like kind of taking the mick and say like, oh, he's gonna be cat food, oh my god, what's he doing? And then they say, oh, maybe he's been there for some time, so he knows exactly what's happening. You kind of think that they're kind of joking, and they go off and look around the zoo, and they start having a bit of banter with each other. Now, this is really cool. So you have the fact that, you know, Jake, I think my favourite line was Jake going like, there's your brother Troy. I would have laughed if they put a mum joke in there, but they can't. It's a kid's show, but it would have been hilarious for the fans. Everyone's sitting down and, you know, Noah's trying to be is like, oh, look at this, you know, do you know what a rhino's horn's made out of? Do you know what this is? And they start having facts on animals. And Noah says like, you know, starts saying this, Gia or Sia, let's call her Yellow Ranger. She steps up and is like, did you know this? Oh, you're going after animal facts, I'm gonna get you. And they seem like they're having like a bit of a competition. Emma looks across and sees this symbol on the back of a jacket, which I think is really cool. And if I ever get a leather jacket and I can get a print that size, I think I might put it on there because I think it looks really nice and unique and really awesome. I like it. I like the logo for some strange bizarre reason. He switches to the prince up in the spaceship, and he's like, this new guy comes along, he's like, oh, who are you? And he's like, I am this guy, rah, rah, rah. And then the prince is like, well, powder cake bakers, man? That's how I saw it. You know, they can't get his name right, and then the monster goes down to Earth, which is very simple. And Jake walking through the park, and then they see Casey, you know, doing the martial arts. Now I kind of like this because this started feeling a little bit like Jungle Fury. This felt a really good episode. I'm thinking it was written by Jason Smith because I couldn't see who it was written by at the front. So if this is written by Jason Smith again, then this is awesome because he did a very good job of putting himself into it, you know, and writing it and actually giving it that kind of Jungle Fury love. Jungle love. Jungle love. I think that's a song. Just little things like, so, you know, the characters interacting, they're meeting more Rangers, and this is kind of cool. I think these are better than the cameos they had in Gokaiger, if they weren't full-blown cameos, or, you know, just the way they're introducing it. So I'm kind of interested to see when they will do like a full-blown, you know, interaction with the with more Rangers. When they learn that the Rangers, you know, they transform into Wild Force and they use the weapons and they get taken away, and, you know, it's stuff with the weapons, they realise that, you know, after Casey said, look, you know, I actually work with like martial arts and they're hand weapon, you know, using the hands and the body rather than actually using the weapons, you know, it then sparks off that, rather than going like, oh, what we do, and then suddenly the Ranger coming to them. You know, you got Emma and Jake, they're like thinking for themselves in this, and they're going like, okay, you know, I'm gonna come towards you, you know, I'm gonna come to you, find you. So they go to the zoo, they find Casey, and Casey's like, yeah, okay. Casey's like, yeah, if you bring me that bucket, I will do it. And rather than go like throwing it over or trying to pass it through the fence, or, you know, doing something different, you know, he says like, you've got to come and give this to me. So they go in, and it shows you like their kind of like fear. And I was like, you're scared of a tiger, but yet again monsters come down and they beat you every week, and you have no fear against that. I would be more scared of one of those than a tiger going like thing where you could run out the gate and shut the gate. It's in a zoo. If you were in the Zangeti, then you'd be fine. You'd be a bit, what? Or a tiger's homeland, you know, something like that. They start learning in case like come dawn, they start learning, and, you know, it's like, oh, you're the spirit of the snake, you're the spirit of the phoenix, and it's just like, hang on a minute, boys, he's onto something here. He is onto something here. So it's kind of nice, you know. It's you know, he explains that he can see tiger spirits, and he explains a little bit, and they start fighting. And it's like the power of the snake, the power of the phoenix, you know, power of the wolf. Troy in this episode is actually quite interesting because Troy's character development starts building, you know, and he's kind of like, after jumping back a little bit, after like, he gets weapons, he's like, no, Ranger must never lose their weapon, never lose their weapon, rah, dump me out, I'm going to walk off. But it shows that he's kind of being a leader, like, you know, Rangers must never lose their weapons. And it's like, well, if he drops them, they just come back because they form when you morph, son. Another Ranger taken down. Haha, the wolf is back. After the whole thing of the fight, you know, they transform into Gokaja. You know, you got Emma. No, you got Troy, Noah, and Gia, and they all run off. You know, and they're like, what? And they're fighting, and they fight the monster. And I was very surprised that they didn't use some Vulcan footage. Because, you know, after using the Power Ranger Blitz, new powers and stuff like that, you know, they transform into these things. So it's nice to kind of take the elements. So I don't know if they're going to be randomly throwing stuff in there or not. Who knows? Afterwards, Casey teaches Emma and Jake the fact and the knowledge of turning around and having you know, the powers that actually access their spirit animals, which is fun and it's nice because you see the sort of effect that they use within Jungle Fury, and I like that sort of effect. So they go off, they fight, they turn into Jungle Fury Rangers, and then they fight and they beat the guy. Monster grows up, and then it's, you know, they all say, we got to learn about animal spirits. It's like, you've done no training. How can you learn all this? Why? I don't think so. And, you know, then they beat him with the Jungle Fury powers, which you'll probably never see again, or for at least one more episode, and that's it. So it's quite interesting, quite unique, and it's going to be fun. And the episode felt more like a Jungle Fury episode, and it felt really well written, the plot, everything. I really like this. I'm looking forward to each and every Super Megaforce episode now. Well, it's a lot better. I think it was a lot better than last week, but that was just me. So again, that's how I feel on it. I like it. Character development. Now, one thing that is starting to annoy me is Noah and his database. Now, a few people have mentioned this, and to me it's like, why are you in school with such a vast, powerful database which probably has every identity of the Rangers, all the stuff, all the history, the secrets of the morphing grid, everything, and you're looking at on a computer at school. You've slept in the school. Anyone could come in and go, oh, you're the night janitor. He could have walked in and gone, yes, I'm going to get those Power Rangers. I know who they are. There's one dead. And who keeps this database? You know, is it like, you know, Tenzu or Alpha somewhere going, I'm going to talk about the Rangers. You know, it's one of those things. Troy is starting to become more like a leader, but he's also becoming a bit of a dick. And that's cool. I like it. You know, he's like, you know, Rangers must never lose their weapons. Rage, Red Ranger rage. And I like this. I think he's growing as a character. It's a whole season so much better than Megaforce. And yeah, I like it. I think this is cool. Very unique episode and very unique thing. One thing at the very end when they're like, oh hey, you have seen the Rangers. You know, oh, we have seen Casey. And they all watch Jake and Emma. They look at Casey and he's like, what? Doing all his moves. And then he just disappears when they go, what? When everyone looks around. When I saw this clip before the actual episode, I was like, is he dead? Did he die? Is he just a ghost? Do Jake and Emma see dead people? Because that's how it looked. It just looked funny. It's like, you know, then he's a ghost. Maybe that's what happened with Jaden. He just faded out and just disappeared. And that's how they do it. They come back very briefly and they just faded. So, in a way, it's like the spirit of the tiger. He is the spirit of the ranger. I thought it was kind of cool. So does that make the whole interaction, even the people in the first part of the episode where he's teaching them in the park, are they ghosts? Because you can't think that he'd just be like, run off, or maybe just, you know, teleport out, or do a backflip out, or, you know, do the whole thing of like, huh? Oh, he's gone. I wouldn't have had him fading out. I would have just had the whole thing when everyone looked, he's just disappeared, and then that would be cool. Because I don't know, it's awesome. It's a really cool episode. I like it. I think it's one of the best so far. I'm looking forward to next week's episode, which I'll probably see a preview, and I'm thinking it might be the Silver Ranger coming in, so that's going to be cool. There we go, guys. That is a kind of a brief rundown and kind of my thoughts on it. The editing, there was one small editing, which was a blip of a second, but you wouldn't be able to tell unless you paused it, and they had Solomon Vulcan inside. But apart from that, I didn't really see any editing flaws. I didn't see any things. The story itself was beautifully written. It was really nice, and it's cool. I like it. I really enjoy this episode, and I'm hoping that they'll keep Jason Smith on as a writer, because it just seems that he knows how to write it. So yeah, that's how my kind of thoughts on it. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So if you've liked this video, guys, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below on what your thoughts are on the feelings. Do you like Super Megaforce so far? Do you hate it? Do you think it could be better? What would you do if you could change it? So there's quite a few questions there for you. So I should just be questions of the day. So there we go, guys. We're going to leave it there, and I shall see you guys in a bit.